This video will cover the Label.Img program and varying features and capabilities of this program. Label.Img serves to place labels on your objects within images captured by cameras. Start by opening the Label.Img program located on your desktop. Here you will see the Label.Img program with the varying features and settings included. This program is also called PAQi, Label, and Train. Here from File, you can open images, open a directory or folder of images, change a saved directory, open annotations, open recent images, and you can also click Object Detection, reset all your settings, and quit the program. In the Edit tab, you can create boxes, edit labels, duplicate boxes, delete boxes, draw box line colors, and draw squares or labels. Boxes, labels, and squares are all synonymous. When you apply a label, you are applying a box or applying a square. In the Settings tab, you have Autosave mode, Classifier mode, Display labels, Show or hide label panels, Beginner mode, Hide recbox or labels, Show recbox or labels. You can zoom in on your image, zoom out on your image, go to the original size of the image, fit your window to the image, and fit the width to the image. We will go over LM3 tools later. Under the Help section, there is tutorial and additional information on Label.Img. On the sidebar, you have Create Recbox or Create Label, Edit Recbox or Edit your label. You can open your directory or open an image, open directory or open a folder of images, click Next Image, Previous Image. You can save your labels. You can delete your labels, zoom in on your image, zoom out on your image, fit your window to your image, move images to evaluation. You can copy labels to the next image or your total data set. You can auto-generate labels, and you can snap and detect to test your detectors. On this sidebar, where the box labels are ordered, you can create label types such as difficult, defect, reference, and expected. Defects are typically defects found in productions that you specifically label. Reference objects are objects that you are not necessarily inspecting but are constant on all of your images. And expected objects are objects that you expect to see from your images. You can also use a default label. Below here, your labels will be listed when they are applied to an image. You can also see your file list, which will show all of the images in your folder or dataset. And your task list will list a number of tasks based on tool functions and will be demonstrated later. Let's start by opening a directory of images. Here, we will select Demo 1 parts, which shows images that I have acquired for my part. Now we can go over the LM3 tools, which is a variety of tools that help you modify your images, modify your labels, augment your images, and more. Copy labels allows you to copy labels from one image to the next or copy labels across an entire dataset. Augment images allows you to create duplicates of images with slight variation in their orientation, position, and coloring in order to bolster your dataset. Auto-generate labels allows you to create labels automatically using a detector that you have made previously. Snap and detect allows you to take an image and detect with a previously made detector to see how labels will be applied to said image. Evaluate will allow you to use evaluation images or an evaluation dataset to evaluate how well your detector is performing. You can also upload labels using a label file. There is a crop feature to crop out areas that you do not want to see in the image. You can create an evaluation set. You can zip files for QC Hero, which allows you to upload your image and labels to QC Hero to train a detector or AI model. You can also verify attributes and update attributes. In the settings, you will see additional features available once we have opened the directory. Right now, we are currently in advanced mode. You can also enter beginner mode, which will simplify the tools available to you in order to apply labels to images. We recommend using beginner mode for first-time users or first-time applications. However, advanced mode will provide more tools and more flexibility when it comes to applying labels to images. Here you can see in the beginner mode, the tools on the left-hand bar are simplified. You have capture, label, package data, and evaluate. You can also copy and delete labels, open directories, and cycle through your images with the next and previous image buttons. For this video, we will be in advanced mode to demonstrate the full range of capabilities of Label.Img. Here you can see you can edit labels as well in the right-hand toolbar, and our labels that we have created for this dataset previously are all listed in this window. I will start by deleting all these labels just so we can start from scratch. You can also right-click on these side labels and you can choose delete or edit your labels. Now that we have no labels on this image, let's copy this to all of the images to delete all 8 labels that I have previously made in this dataset for demonstration purposes. Click Save. Here, a prompt will ask you if you'd like to copy to all images. If you select yes, every single image in this particular folder will be overwritten with the labels from the image currently in view. If you select no, it will copy the labels only to the next image in the set. I will select yes here. As you can see in the task list, it will list your task and when the task is completed. In this case, copy labels has been completed, and as I cycle through these images, I can see that no labels are on them, which is what we want for this demo video. Returning to the first image, let's create a label. You can click Create Box, which allows you to draw a label on an image. Boxes are either rectangular or square in shape, and you typically want to create a label around the entirety of the part or area that you're inspecting. Here, a prompt will come up asking you if you'd like to name your label. Here, we will name this gear. This is also an expected object and not a defect or reference, so click Expected and click OK. This has created a label on this object. You can select the label and move it around freely. You can also click the corners of the label to change the size and position of the label. And the label will come up in the sidebar here. Make sure to always save before proceeding. However, if you click Next Image or Previous Image, this will also automatically save the labels to this image. Here, I will copy these labels to the next image in this dataset. In the task list, it will be shown that this is completed. So, when I click the next image, this label is now already here. This is particularly useful when dealing with repeat part positions or repeat datasets and will save you time with the label creation process. Here we see we have no part, so we will want to delete this label. You can left click and delete the box. You can also simply click the delete button on your keyboard, and this will delete the label as well. Let's now cycle to another part. Here we see a new part, and we will apply a label to it. I will name this part black. And here you can see that the black label has been applied to this part and is shown in the right toolbar. Let's save and go to the next image. Finally, we can cycle to an image with multiple different parts. We see some gears, some black parts, a red part, and a tan part. With multiple parts, simply apply multiple labels, each with their individual name. We will call this part tan. We will call this part black. We will call this part red. We will call this part gear. As you have noticed, I have not been clicking Create Rec Box for every single label I make. That is because if you click W on your keyboard, you can create a label, or it will allow you to create a new label. This is an easy keyboard shortcut to accelerate the labeling process. As you can see, we have some repeat parts here as well. What we can do is duplicate our label, move it to the new part position, and simply modify the shape so that it fits around the part in the different position. You can repeat this process as many times as you'd like. I'm going to do so for both of these black parts and these two extra tan parts, making sure I change the shape of the label so it covers the entire part. Click Save. And we will move on to the next image. Here, I see that this image is the same as the previous one. So let's try the Copy Labels function to copy my labels to the next image. Now, when I click Next, labels will already be applied to the new image. If I go to the next image, I see there are many parts in this image. Let's try copying labels to the next image to see what happens. Here, we have some extra parts. So I will basically copy the labels to all these extra parts to make sure every part is properly labeled in the image. I'm going to speed up the footage here for the sake of time. Now that we have completed the labeling process for this entire data set, we can now upload these images to QC Hero to train an AI detector. Please view the QC Hero guide video, which will show you how to upload datasets to QC Hero and how to navigate QC Hero to check the progress of your AI detector training.